Arsenal are making moves in the transfer market, of course. Now the league is about to start. Now the Community Shield is finished for Crystal Palace. They're making so many moves, and I think there will be a lot of movement in the Arsenal team over the last 3 weeks. There is a long time left. I know that you think the league is about to start, but the transfer window is not going to be shut until the end of the month. Basically, until the international break. So before we speak about the transfer that Arsenal are doing, Alex, I think there is going to be a movement. Make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, of course, if you are new. Listen, we're very close to 40,000 subscribers. With your help, liking the video will push the video to new viewers. So the like button looks like thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And also leave a comment below about what you think. I'm going to ask you questions within the video. I'm going to ask your opinion as well. So you let me know what you think after the video, after you watch the video. What do you think about what I'm saying? And say your opinion. Of course, the first news that's circulating around in the Arsenal camp is that they are looking to offload 2 players. And I'm going to talk about the outgoings first before I speak about Eze and Rafael Leão, who now the door is open for him to leave AC Milan now with the absence of European football. But Arsenal, as it is reported, have to a little bit focus on the outs, the people that needs to leave the club. It is reported that Zinchenko, the left back that was acquired from City, that probably doesn't have a spot in the Arsenal team currently, with Miles Lewis-Kelly and Calafiori occupying that left side, especially even with Timber being favored sometimes to play on the left if Ben White is fit and plays on the right. Basically, the guy has no spot. And before I actually go on and talk about Zinchenko and people that slagging off Zinchenko, I'm just going to have to say, the player himself, when he joined Arsenal in the first season when Arsenal challenged, he was good. And I think he was one of the reasons that Arsenal challenged. But I think that Arsenal moved past Zinchenko. As a football club, as a football team, they moved past Zinchenko. I think he should have been sold last summer. And I think that Arsenal should have moved on from him, because he didn't play enough minutes last season. It was just a wage on the books. And I think he should have been sold, and it would have been better for Arsenal. But now, Fenerbahce, I've made significant progress in the transfers of Zinchenko. The negotiation with Arsenal is proceeding positively. It's reported not only by this journalist, but by multiple other sources that actually said that Zinchenko now is likely to leave Arsenal, and that will leave a room in the team. And I don't think it will leave a room for a defender. I think it will leave a room for the wages, because Zinchenko is on big wages, if I'm not mistaken. He's like on 150 or 180 or something like that. So I believe if he leaves Arsenal, that will actually give room for Arsenal to try to get a different player, maybe in the middle, maybe on the left wing. That is what we're here to see, because I believe the Arsenal still looking to add some attacking players, not the midfield, because the midfield is going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be Eze, but the attacking players on the left or the right. And that is paired with the news, of course, that Trossard now, Galatasaray now are looking for Trossard to be their new winger, and they're looking for him to be the new forward. 30 million euros for someone that is above 30 years old is not a bad deal for Arsenal. If him and Zinchenko both get 50 to 60 million euros, that is a magnificent deal. I know there are a lot of you, and I want to hear your opinion on this. Would you rather sell Trossard or sell Martinelli? I want to hear what people think, because I was speaking to an Arsenal fan yesterday, just someone outside, and he was saying he would rather have Trossard as a backup left winger and Arsenal to sell Martinelli and get a starting left winger like a Leao, like Lookman, someone from that ilk, and then have Trossard as the bench player, because a lot of people believe that Trossard off the bench provides something more than what Martinelli offers, either as a starter or as a bench player. Trossard, plenty of times off the bench, came clutch for Arsenal, played very well. And that is that the problem is the cycle with Trossard, is that every time Trossard plays well off the bench, they say start him the game after, and then he starts and he doesn't live up to the hype. And now Arsenal were going in a cycle. But if Arsenal are willing to sell Trossard at 32 years old, or a 30, I can't remember his age exactly, for a 30 million euros, I think it's a no-brainer. Arsenal should move on from Trossard. Now Arsenal should go and get another winger, and I believe that will open the door for another winger. Is that winger going to be Eze? I'm not sure. If Eze, as it is reported, as always, that Eze is coming in to be a midfielder. As I hear the news is saying that Eze, the Arsenal and Eze, like now, are close to getting a deal. Miguel Delaney has reported Crystal Palace wanted about 60 million. Arsenal will pay 50 million or so. So there will be a deal in the middle. And also there is another rumor about Eze that is saying that it's going to be 55 million pounds between Arsenal and Crystal Palace. And I think once Arsenal sends Zinchenko, and I think the money will be there for them to pay Eze the wages and actually to get the deal done with Eze. Eze has won Crystal Palace the FA Cup. He has won the Community Shield with them. He has won trophies with them. Now that Crystal Palace have lost their battle with UEFA and they're going to play Conference League, I believe it's time for Eze to leave Crystal Palace. Their guy, their chairman, was speaking after the game about Eze and about Gehi and Eze, both of them. And I think he alluded, and I'm going to let you hear what he said. He alluded to the fact that players come and go. They might leave. And let me just show you what the guy have said, like right here. Let's hear what the guy have said.
Days like today just show how obviously important it is to keep Mark and Eberechi and this whole group together.
Yeah, listen, of course, but players come and go in football clubs. I mean, it's a life cycle, isn't it? Hopefully they'll still be here. That's what I'd like, but we'll see.
Thank you.
So he didn't give an answer, to be honest, but he said that he didn't say they are definitely staying. He didn't say they're definitely leaving. He just gave a vague answer. Now, listen, players come and go. I believe there is talks happening in the background, and I believe that Arsenal might be able to get Eze across the line. Here is the problem. Where do you think Eze is going to play for Arsenal? Do you think that Eze is going to be a left winger, or do you think Eze is going to be an attacking mid? I know that a lot of people are saying Odegaard played well, you know what I mean? Keep Odegaard as the starting. I get it. Maybe he's going to go back to his best. I believe that you need creativity from Eze as well. You need someone like Eze to come on and actually do different things on the pitch outside the box. That is what Eze provides. Is he going to be better than Martinelli on the left wing? Maybe. But I think he can be used as an attacking mid in that system. There has to be a life where either Zubamendi gets benched, which is I don't think it should be the case, or Declan Rice gets benched, or even Odegaard gets benched. There is plenty of games to be played this season for Eze to get enough minutes as an attacking midfielder. And I believe, and I'm going to say this, I believe that Eze provides, going forward, he provides more than Declan Rice, and he provides more than Odegaard. That is why I believe that Arsenal must sign the guy and actually look for a left winger. You got to have someone like Eze at your team. If you want to compete and not be robotic, you got to have Eze, who is outside the box. We saw him against Liverpool. He can dribble one-on-one. He can look a defender or a midfielder eye to eye, and literally dribble past him. He's not like just a passer that passes around. And people said that he didn't play well in the Community Shield. When I was watching Eze in the Community Shield, all I was looking for is him getting past his guy, him dribbling, and him carrying the ball. And that's what Arsenal need. Arsenal don't have someone in that midfield that can actually carry the ball and dribble past players. Maybe Nwaneri does it, but we know that Arteta doesn't trust Nwaneri as much. I believe Eze is physically stronger than Nwaneri. And I believe that if you get someone like Eze, I genuinely believe you put yourself in a much better position than now of trying to win the Premier League. There is the other news as well about the Rafael Leão now. There is the news that Rafael Leão now, without European football, maybe is going to be tempted to actually go left. That's Ben Jacobs have actually spoken about Rafael Leao's situation and him might be leaving for them to actually, because they need the funds. Here is my take on it. Rodrigo's linked to Manchester City. If Arsenal go and get Eze and they get Leao on the left, Leao is going to change your life. And you let me know in the comment section, do you think Arsenal can actually get Leao and make him the starting left winger and him actually being the starter there and him changing the way Arsenal play? I know that a lot of people talk about Rafael Leão as the diva. I know that a lot of people talk about him as someone who is not consistent. And I believe he's not consistent because he believes that he's the best player at Milan. He goes to Arsenal, there is Saka, there is Zubamendi, there is Gyökeres, there is Saliba, there is Gabriel. You know, he's not the best player in the team. He needs to prove himself. And that is why I believe if Arsenal go and fork the money for someone like Leao, I don't know, 80 million euros can get the deal done or something like this, which is like 65 million pounds. Bro, again, I'm going to tell you, Rafael Leão will change the way Arsenal look on that left side. The quickness, the physicality, the passing, the shooting. Arsenal needs some of these guys, the Ezes, the Leaos. And I think that if they get this, they will have both the players that pass the ball around and play the system and the players that think outside the box. And that is what Rafael Leão offers to you. Martinelli is not going to do that. I know that some people say Madueke can start on the left, and I'm here for it. Madueke is better than Martinelli, in my opinion. But Madueke is not enough. Rafael Leão is completely higher profile. A better player, a winner that won the league with Milan before and won Milan the league by himself, carried the team on his shoulders. And that is why someone like Rafael Leão, I think it should be like a must for Milan. As Liverpool are signing Ekitike and they are signing Isak, Arsenal as well. You signed Victor Gyökeres, great, fair enough. Madueke is not the guy. He's good, but he's not amazing. That is why someone like Leao, you raise the funds from the likes of Trossard and the likes of Zinchenko, you go and sign this guy. That is what I think Arsenal should do. Put themselves in the best position possible for them to win the Premier League. That is what I believe. And if he's available, and Ben Jacobs, who has been reliable, very reliable this window, is saying that the club is open to selling him, go ahead. Try. Don't talk to me about... And and I'm going to say this again, and I want to hear what you guys think. Make sure to hit that like button, guys, if you're still here, by the way. If funds is what's stopping Arsenal from signing someone like Leao after they spend money on Madueke, someone needs to be asked some questions. Because, bro, this guy is not going to be 100 million pounds. He's going to be less than this. It's going to be probably like by pounds, 65 million pounds, 70 million pounds. That is good enough for someone with his ability. So I don't want to sit down and see like Arsenal can't sign Leao because they don't have the funds. You had the funds. You spent it on Madueke. That is my criticism. Is Madueke necessary? No. Should he have signed someone else? Probably. So yeah, that is Leao. Just go and sign the gun. You guys let me know in the comment section if you think that Arsenal should go and sell Martinelli or Trossard, get Leao. Zinchenko's out of the club now. Do you want to see Arsenal sign 2 players, not 1? Because there's a lot of people that are saying just sign Eze and the window's done. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that like button. Subscribe, guys, if you're new. And I will see you guys later.